Hi there everyone, it's Andy here, the Tai Chi guy. We're up to lesson number 20 in our Learn Tai Chi at Home series. So in the last class, we finished after the elbow stroke, opening into the shoulder butt, moving into the white crane spreads its wings, then brush knee, which we covered in the first series of videos in the first section. So the white crane, brush knee, all of those transitions you should have learnt already back in video number whatever it was, 7, 8, 9, 10. So go back to those videos for the in-depth notes on those just as a refresher. But we're going to move on today from the end of the brush knee into plunge the needle. Now I'll start by showing you in this direction because you'll see more of the hand movements in this direction. Then I'll show you from the side so you can do it with me afterwards. So if we came from the white crane spreads its wings into that left brush knee, we finish in this position. So you've got your right hand in front of your right shoulder with the elbow rolled underneath, not out to the side. Your feet should be shoulder width wide with your back toe turned into the corner, the front foot absolutely straight. Don't let it even open a single degree. The left hand as if it's sweeping something. Imagine a tabletop in front of you here. Sweep something across it. But what this hand needs to do is not, on any of these brush knees, not pull back at the end of the push. And this is quite a natural thing. Just a note on this brush knee, it's quite a natural movement because of the axial rotation of your centre. One hand coming forwards makes the other hand feel like it should naturally move backwards. In fact, that's not what it does on any of the brush knees. What it needs to do is advance forwards with the hand that's pushing. So it slides forwards, let's say on that tabletop, and then it pushes into the front left corner. And this, if you use this as a low block, means that you're not drawing someone back, you're wedging them further apart. You're opening them further up for the attack that comes forwards. So, you finish the brush knee, your hand is in a pushing position, and the palm at the end has just expressed out its energy to push the yang out at the end. For this to happen, it must have a yin aspect just before it pushes. It's no good pushing it forwards like this, otherwise it's got nothing to transfer. But at the end of that push, what it does is stretch out even more. You brighten the palm up, like turning up the wattage on a light bulb. You brighten it up. And this manifests the chi stronger in the palm and starts to lock it at the wrist, so that this part of the hand becomes very, very strong, just for this one part of the move, because you use the edge of your hand to pull someone to the side, the back edge, and then the front edge to push over the top. And this will push over the top of someone's forearm, so then let the edge of your hand push down on top of it, and this will grind the tendons in the wrist over for you to lock them and push them down to the floor. So to do this, you need to train the chi to manifest itself stronger in the palm. So you'd create a chi dam at the wrist, just at the end of that push, by stretching the fingers apart a little further. It's a bit more complicated than that, but that doesn't matter until you've been doing it for 20 or 30 years. So at the end of the push, you brighten the palm up. So if I come to this brush knee here, I step into it, I express the chi at the end, and then I brighten it up more than I normally would. Stretch out, and I pull the right foot in. See how I keep the sole of the foot flat to the floor, not lifting the heel up by bending the knee, and I push that right foot back to where it started. Then as I bring the heel down, I pull the back edge of my palm into the corner, which will pull my elbow over my right knee as I do it. and it's also going to bring that left hand with you into the corner. This brings it into the centre in the direction I'm looking in. Then I bring my fingers upright, bringing the elbow down. I lock the chi into this part of my palm, and I push it across as I bring the left hand into the centre and bring the foot into a cat stance. So now I've got the fingertips as high as my eyes on my right hand, the fingertips lifted on my left hand, here. So, from here, I push, I step, brighten up, step back, pull across, pulling the centre, push into the centre, pulling the foot in. Then I start to sink down, and I don't change anything in my back. I don't start to lean forwards at all. I sink down as low as I feel I can comfortably go for the health of my joints. Then at that point, I start to change the hands from low to high, and I get a strong feeling of pushing here. The hands change, and just as they change, I push the fingers of the right hand down, plunging the needle to the C bottom. I draw the right hand up past the left, starting to turn the wrist out. I sink the elbow down, otherwise it'll lift up. Still low, I step as far forwards as I can manage into my left heel. And as the toe comes down, I prise this left hand forwards and slightly stretch one palm back from another. Now imagine with this right hand, imagine you've got some of those sliding patio doors, just give you something you can imagine, and you're pulling it with your palm. So you get a feeling of stretching, but don't tense your muscles up. This all happens from inside your body. So now I'll show it from the direction that we're practicing in here. Step up, step back, pull, turn in, sink down, plunge the needle, stay low, turn the hand out, and fan through the back. That's lots to be getting on with. Have fun with that, be nice to each other, and I'll see you for the next class.